Okay, I'm live. So today, what I want to talk about, excuse the hair because yeah, I'm in the process of something. Anyway, so what I want to talk about is another dumb reason why they gang stalking you, but this reason is so true. Okay, so the reason why they're gang stalking you, I just thought about this. I might have mentioned it before, but it's worth talking about again because you are planning on moving forward. So if you decide to move forward, a form of control, what they're going to do is put things constantly in your face, right? Oh yeah, check out my shirt. Mug life, yeah, represent. Anyway, so they're going to constantly put things in your face. And I'm like, you're constantly processing these things like, why are they doing this? It doesn't make sense, blah, blah, blah. They got a mental disorder, whatever. But like, okay, so they'll put maybe a certain car in your face. Maybe, people with certain names in your face. This is to disable you from really moving forward and developing in the proper way that you need to move forward and develop. For instance, when you're like building relationships or friendships, new relationships, new friendships, um, you will begin to talk about those things that you see repeatedly, right? Things that they might continue to do. So instead of talking about new things and good experiences and building that positive aura around you, the form of control that they're using is by putting things that would provoke a negative feeling into you as a person. So you have to figure out how to cope with what they're doing in a healthy type of way because there's a lot of times where you just can't escape what these people are doing. And even if somebody's not doing it, it might be something there that reminds you or that's like some type of trigger. While they don't know that that's a trigger to you, the other people might know. You have to figure out a way to cope with this in a healthy manner. But this is what these people are doing. The ones who are strategically doing it, they are using it. It's a very deceptive form of control. And it's like to keep you to talk negative, to keep you on their mind. What? Like, yes. Like I'm trying to keep you on my mind, or I'm trying to keep me on your mind. So I'm gonna put little signs and symbols out there and things that continue to remind you of me, right? This form of trauma is disturbing to a person who just wants to move forward, who just wants to move on. No, you know what I'm saying? It's like continuously confronting the same nightmare over and over and over again. And you will continuously to confront it until you find out how to deal with it properly. And one of the biggest ways that you can deal with it is a way that I have kind of disagreed with people on, but in a sense I kind of do agree with them. Is just really like to ignore it. Ignore it because you're going to have good people that are going to come into your life. Do you really want to spend your whole time talking about that and then you're putting that stigma on them as well? Like now, every time they see that, they're thinking about this. You just have to think out, is that what you really want for that other person? Do you want that person to really experience all the trauma that you're experiencing? Sometimes it's not going to be the most appropriate thing for a positive relationship that you're trying to build with somebody. Sometimes, unless it's life threatening or it's just really, really causing some type of physical stress on you, then you should share it with that person. But you should really try to gain a type of self discipline that allows you to stare that devil in the face. Don't stand in the way of the devil, but if it's right there and say, you know what, I'm not paying you attention today. That price is way too high. I can't afford to pay attention to you, and you can't afford the price that it would take for me to pay attention to you. I'm not bothered with that. Moving on. Let's get to something positive today. So, like, how are you doing? It's a beautiful day outside. You have to learn to brush it off, change the subject, sweep the dirt in the dustpan, put it in the trash, and get it out of your thought process. You are supposed to be building positive thoughts. God said, dwell on all that is good. The devil is going to try to rob you, the predator is going to try to rob you. This is very common amongst victims and people who are traumatized. But you have to figure out how to dispose of these things properly. And you have to do it because this is helping your development. And then you're also going to be helping other people to get over these type of things. Like, what is your method? How do you get over it? Ignoring it sounds very simple and basic, but how do I ignore it? How do you ignore it? You replace it with something that's positive. You change your mind. You say, I'm going to choose to think about this. I know what they're doing. I'm not going to acknowledge it. Acknowledge it is saying that it's important enough for you to talk about it. It's not, because you need to build a positive conversation right now. What's important is you developing and building a positive atmosphere for yourself. You have to stay focused, because that's another thing. They're trying to knock you off focus. No, don't focus on just cussing the enemy out. You rebuke the devil, but also focus on praising God, thanking God for what you do have, appreciating the good things that are in front of you, not tainting all of the good things that are in front of you with the things of the past that are trying to haunt you, right? So I'm just here to encourage you guys to focus on all that's positive. Know that this is a tactic from the devil. This is a tactic from those who are possessed by the devil. This is a tactic from the wicked that wants to stunt your growth. That's what that's about. It's about stunning your growth. Don't let it stunt your growth. Continue to grow tall in your mission. Continue to grow tall in positivity. You know what I'm saying? All of this is just to bring stress upon you. Continue, because reinforcement and repetition, that's what really sticks to you. So if these evil things keep popping up and they're continuing and popping up, what are they trying to do to you? What are they trying to do to you? So you knock it out and you replace it with the positive. There's nothing else to do. Be like, yeah, you're eating your French fries. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I see they're trying to do some gang stuff aside. Eat your French fry. Like, that's the best French fry in the world. Like, yeah, I see you hating on me, boo, but right now I'm eating me a French fry and it's good. You wish you had this one though. You wish you had this French fry though, but you don't. I'm enjoying myself and you're upset. Like, take a drink on them. What? Bye. Like, I'm not paying attention to you. Like, change your focus and do it so good that you literally forget about what these people are doing. When you get home, you won't remember completely all of the things that they were putting in your face. You'll be like, what made me mad? Because you're learning how to get that out of your atmosphere quickly. The quicker you get it out of your atmosphere, the quicker you start to forget about those things that are happening to you that aren't good. It's not good to be stressed. It's not good for these people to do these things. They don't care. They're selfish. They're possessed. They have demons in them. You have to do what you have to do to keep yourself healthy. You have to find out coping mechanisms. There's nothing else left. You have to. If you're in the matrix, you have to figure out the coping mechanism. That's the code. What's the coping mechanism? Is it my positive friend? Is it the therapist? Is it this activity that I'm going to engage in? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to push it out. I'm going to push out that positivity and knock those demons out with every curl I lift. What is it going to be? You got to do it. So just remember that it's a form of control. It's meant to happen to you because you're meant to conquer it. And when you conquer it, it will slowly start to not bother you. And now, if it's so forceful that it continues to bother you like that, then you do need to try to get into a better environment if there's a better environment for you to get into. Always look towards something better. Always do that. So that's all that I want to say. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.